So I thought I'd make a video about some of my posters, my movie posters. This one today is just going to be, I think, focused on this poster here, and it's in a place where unfortunately it's like a little hallway, so I can't get a great look at it, really. That's all of it, basically. This is a 3-sheet, which means it was like 3 regular movie posters turned horizontally and stacked so that it's 80 some inches tall, and I believe they were 27-ish inches wide. But they were big posters, hung outside the theaters when these movies were made. This movie, I believe, I'm not going to try to be an expert on the movie Them, but I think it was 1954. It was part of one of this group of movies that were made because of the dropping of the atomic bomb, and there was a lot of concern because of the just not knowing. There's a lot of concern that things were going to start becoming gigantic, like in this case, ants, like this guy here. Ants were going to become gigantic. People were going to become gigantic, maybe tiny. Who knows? The effects, literally, people just had no idea what was going to happen when they started dropping those bombs and testing the bombs. So this one was one that I always remembered from being a kid. The sound that the ants made was really strange, and it's really a pretty good old movie. I mean, there's some things that don't hold up so well, but the little girl in it, her performance somehow stands out to me. But this poster I've wanted for a long time. They are prohibitively expensive if you find a really good one. This particular one I was able to get for not a lot. I mean, considering this poster probably would sell for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in nice shape. But someone had come in and right below where it says "An Endless Terror," they had cut that top piece off. I guess they thought, oh, they didn't really need that part, and they wanted it to fit somewhere. So it just said this, "A Nameless Horror," and was cut off here, so you could just see that. And I reproduced that. You can kind of see right here. But I reproduced that top, and it came out better than I expected. And the same thing at the bottom. They whacked off under the M down here. This was all gone. Make it go away. This was gone, which of course had all the information about the stars and the movie and stuff. I see. I mean, they kept all the, all the images are original. All this is original. But down here at the bottom, again, you can probably see, yeah, you can see right there where I attached that bottom piece. So, and again, it came out pretty good. That was actually done at a Kinko's, and they did a great job on it, and for not a lot of money. So it's complete again, and it works for me. I could afford to get this poster now for a couple $100 instead of at least $2,000, probably considerably more now. So yeah, there it is, and you can see some things here. You see, like I say, those crazy looking ants, which they actually made apparently several of these gigantic ant puppets that they used. I always kind of like this, the girl here they would always try to put a sexy girl in these. In this case, the girl's being probably bitten in half by a giant ant. Got another ant over there. Various things going on. Obviously, the army was always called in. It was terrible duty for the military, unfortunately. Didn't have much of a chance against giant ants. Although in this one, they did destroy all the ants, finally. They found them in New York City, I think, or no, maybe it was LA in the aqueducts, somewhere down in there. So yeah, that's, and this also starred, as you can see here, it had James Whitmore, who went on to become a pretty well-known actor. Edmund Gwenn, I believe, is the guy that played Santa Claus in the original Miracle on 34th Street with Natalie Wood. Joan Weldon, I don't think she went on to become very famous, but she did quite a few movies. And of course, James Arness was Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke for a long, long time. Also, an interesting side note, there was another guy in here who went on to quite a bit of fame for having 20 years and flying around in space. So yeah, he had a small part in it too. And I think I'll leave it at that.